Hi guys, my name is Bruce and I'm the creator of a game called Wolven. Wolven is a solitaire game set in the same universe as Werewolf or Ultimate Werewolf. This video is to show how to set up the game. If you're looking for a video that describes the rules and how to play, there's another one available wherever you downloaded this one. The characters in Wolven are represented by tokens, each of which have two sides. On the front side, you'll find a character from the game that has a special power that'll help you deduce or handle the werewolves. On the back side of each token, you'll find either a peasant who has a certain helpful power of his own, or on a few of the tokens, once the game begins, you'll find a werewolf. The object of the game is to eliminate all of the characters that have werewolves on the back of their tiles. To begin setup, you're going to divide your tokens into two big piles. One pile will have all the tokens as werewolves on the back, and the other pile will have the ones that has peasants on the back. For now, you can set aside the ones with peasants on the back. Take all of the tiles with werewolves on the back and flip them over so that the character sides are face up. Spread them out on the table. Then you're going to take the tiles with the peasants on the back and you're going to put them face up on top of the werewolf tiles with the matching character pictures. As you do this, you'll recognize some of the characters that you've played werewolf with, like the seer and the guard, the hunter, the lovers. When you're finished, you'll discover that you have some peasants that don't have matches on top of them. Remember, since these are on the bottom of the stacks, each of them has a werewolf on the back. You're going to take these extra peasant tiles and you're going to set them aside for now. You'll need them a little bit later on in the game setup. Your next step is to figure out which of these characters you're going to use in your game. The rules include a beginner game that uses 8 different characters, and it suggests these 8. So these are the tiles we'll use for the illustrations in the rest of the video. So right now you have 8 pairs of tiles, which are both identical on their face-up faces. The bottom tile in each stack is a werewolf, and the top tile in each stack is a peasant token. So what we're going to do now is flip them over. You should be looking at something like this. Your next step is to mix these tiles up a little bit. Just move them around on the tabletop until you forget where they all are. Make sure that each pair stays together. Next, we have to randomly select our werewolves. Since we don't know which character is where anymore, we can pick any 2 and put them in the bag, because that's the number we agreed upon for our beginner's game. 1, 2. Take those werewolf tokens and put them in the bag. The peasant tokens you just uncovered are not going to be used in this game, so without looking at the backs of them, take them and set them aside too. The same's true for the rest of these werewolf tokens. You can take them, don't look at the backs, and set them aside. So that leaves a scattering of peasant tokens, in this case 6. These are all going to go into the bag. Now your bag's ready for a game of Wolven. It's time to move on to the reference cards. Pull together the reference cards that match the characters that you just put in the bag. You'll also need to pull out the Slayer card. There's no Slayer token because the player, that's you, is the Slayer. And this card tells what your special ability will be. You'll also want to pull out a werewolf card. This has got directions for how to resolve a werewolf attack on it. Remember those tokens that I told you put it aside? The ones with peasants on one side and werewolves on the other? Put them near the werewolf token also. Now we're ready to set up the player mat. There are 5 status tokens on the player mat. Let's start with this one. This is the infection token, and it goes on the infection track. What we need to do is find the square on the infection track that matches the number of villagers we've got in the game. In the case of our sample game, that's 8. So we'll put our infection token here. Next, we'll place our werewolf status token. We agreed that we had 2 werewolves in the game, so we're going to put this token on the 2 on the population track. Then we look at our peasant status token. We have 8 villagers in the game, and 2 of them are werewolves, so we have 6 peasants. Let's put this marker on the 6 on the population track. Now we're ready for the time token. The time token always starts at the beginning of the time track. And the silver token always starts on the 3. So there you are, you're all set up for your first game of Wolven. If you want a video that shows you how to play the game, you can go wherever you found this one, and you'll probably find a rules explanation video uploaded to the same site. We hope you enjoy the game of Wolven. If you do, share it with your friends. Maybe let them borrow your copy or print and play their own. Good luck in saving the village from the werewolves.